know when my sex drive is the lowest?
Yes, when is it? Hello and welcome to another episode of Common Decency. I'm your host, Sebby.
And I'm Jenna Lee.
And boy, do we have some adventures to go on today. The internet is wild, folks. They've got some craziness going on. Let's jump right into it. All right. Internet user says, what is the healthy amount of times to hang out with your significant other a week? Once, twice, every day of the week? What do you think?
A week?
In a week.
Every day.
Even when you're just started dating?
The whole day. How long have they been together?
Okay. So this female who's 26 years old says she's been dating her boyfriend for 1.5 years now. She says one of her insecurities is that he's a musician and he sings songs about his ex-lovers.
He sings songs about his ex?
Yeah, they were made before they were together.
Okay.
But he still sings them and it says like how passionate he is about his exes.
Yeah.
She goes on to say that they only hang out on the weekends. So Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And it's basically once a week. She calls him out, but he always apologizes and said, I'm sorry. She wants to know if she's being too dramatic. Now, again, they've been dating for 1.5 years.
That's not a boyfriend. Imagine seeing your partner on the weekends and that's it. That's so strange.
Folks, if I saw my girlfriend once a weekend, I would be in heaven. No, I really think about it. I used to be in a long distance relationship and...
Are they long distance?
They're not long distance.
Oh.
So I would see my significant other like once a week on the weekends, just like this story. And I thought, man, this is so great because I have so much to do during the week. I can go around, go to the gym, not have to worry about...
Yeah, you were more productive.
Just way more productive. And I thought that was a great experience because when we do hang out, it's just so much more exciting.
Right, but you ended up breaking up.
We did break up.
So is this good advice?
Well, I mean, what is your advice?
Well, if it's long distance, it's very different. You're very limited. If you're not long distance and you live local, I think a few times a week.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I would even go as far as to saying like once Monday through Thursday, one time, whether it's meeting up for lunch, going over one night, hanging out. You don't have to spend the night. That's not a big deal. But definitely on the weekends, you reserve the weekends for the person you want to be with.
Yeah, I agree. But that's new though. After 1.5 years, people get married after that point and live together and start families and have kids. After 1.5 years, if you're still only seeing them on the weekend, that will be what your relationship looks like with them forever.
I think it's a red flag.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out with your significant other once a week after 1.5 years of being in a relationship, that guy probably doesn't want to be with you because he's with other people during the week.
Yeah. You said it best.
Okay.
Cheers to that. That's what's going on.
Okay, you ready for our next juicy story?
Give me some more juice.
Okay, 1 second. All right. My boyfriend does not respect my boundaries.
What boundaries?
This girl, she's 31 and her boyfriend is 29. They've only been dating for a month. A month, mind you. So boundaries should be pretty established and should be respected. She goes on to say, we have a lot of fun, have been spending nearly every day together. Only after a month of dating. Here's the issue. There have been times when she said she doesn't want to have sex, but he repeatedly forces herself on her. He keeps advancing, they get in fights, and he keeps advancing. What should she do to set up her boundaries?
Gosh.
It's a tough one, I know, because
It's not tough at all. This guy sucks. If a girl's not in the mood, that means her vagina is dry. And you don't want that. It's painful. So he's willing to put his girlfriend through pain for his own pleasure. Go jerk off. Leave her alone.
You heard it here, folks. Go jerk off.
And leave her alone.
So you don't think like, guys could apologize and then later on during the night they could kind of maybe get what they want?
I don't think a female owes any part of her body to a male at any time, no matter what the situation is. If she's not in the mood, she's not in the mood.
Guys, if she's not in the mood, she's not in the mood.
If she says no, it's just no. Females are very, we're complex. We have hormones, and I feel like we deal with a lot more internally than a male does. Like, a man is just always, for women, it's, we're bloated. We don't want to, we
100%.
just deal with a lot more, I feel.
And I feel like as I've gotten older, I've understood that more. This gentleman is 29 years old. I feel like he should have a good grasp on women and how they feel during, let's say they're on their period. Like, give them a
Right.
break. Also, I think if someone shuts you down, you're dating and shuts you. See this as an opportunity. How can you make things better without having it to be involved or surrounding sex? Oh, she's cutting you off?
That's some great advice to take.
Go get her some dessert
Do
instead.
you take that advice?
All the time.
You take your own advice?
Yeah. When my significant other doesn't want to hook up, doesn't want to be intimate, okay, how about a massage? How about I take you to your favorite restaurants?
You lying?
I ain't lying.
Lying.
I ain't
You
lying.
don't
That's
do
how I
that.
roll. That's how I roll. And also, let's not make it all about sex, people. Like, if you're in a relationship, there's a lot more than just sex. I'm telling you, if you focus on other things other than sex, like cleaning your room, washing your ass, your significant other will respect that.
This is so mature. This is so mature.
I'm just trying to be mature about the situation because, in all honesty, if you act mature, you'll be surprised with how far you get in the future. Just because stuff isn't going on right now at this present day doesn't mean a month from now you guys won't get an argument. She'll be like, you know what? Let's have makeup.
You want to know when my sex drive is the lowest?
Yes, when is it?
It's when I haven't been emotionally fulfilled. I feel I haven't spent enough time with my partner. Maybe they haven't made me feel special. They haven't been paying attention to me. So for them to turn around and be like, hey, want to have sex? It's like, no, I'm not in the mood. Why would I be in the mood? You have done nothing to turn me on. You have not stimulated me. You have not like hung out with me, quality time. You know what I mean? So my sex drive is the lowest I feel when I'm not getting other needs met.
And on that note, if your significant other is not having her needs met outside of the bedroom
Ain't gonna solve it.
the bedroom's not going to solve it. But you can be suggestive. Watch a movie together, cuddle, hang out by the fire in the morning.
Yeah,
make her some coffee in the morning.
Cuddle without pants on.
Cuddle without pants on.
Yeah, but have it not lead to anything else. She'll be like,
If you resist,
why didn't he touch me?
Exactly.
And then she'll be like, and then she'll want to have sex.
show resistance to get what you want. Yeah, that's good. So good. All right, guys. Okay,
Keep
going.
I said when I am turned off the most.
So
Do you want to know when I'm the most?
when are you the most horniest?
When I am getting like if I'm in the mood and I can tell the guy doesn't want me, I'm like, why? And then I'll like really want it even more if I feel he doesn't want me.
Guys, let me tell you, before I was in a long-term committed relationship, that was my game. That was my play.
It's also, I feel it's not playing games. It's just kind of human nature. It's not like it's done on purpose. I'm not big on like playing games. I'm very big on like good communication. Speak your mind, speak your feelings, communicate properly. This isn't really playing games. This is just down to like
Being normal.
being a human. If you kind of feel a bit like someone's not paying attention to you, it kind of makes you want their attention.
Exactly.
It's like reverse psychology.
To a sense, yeah. So play it cool. Don't always be so suggestive. Just be normal, and you'll be surprised with how far you get.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. You ready for another one?
Ooh, is this one going to be juicy?
I hope so.
The mood just changed.
Okay. A young man. He's 23 years old. He has a problem.
What 23-year-old man doesn't have a problem?
He goes on to say, how do I tell my roommate that I like her? He's 23, his roommate is 22, and this is what he has to say. So me and my roommate have been living together for a year and a half, and over this time, we've become very close best friends. This has been the case especially over the last weekend. We spend most of our days together, we cuddle very intimately, go out to restaurants, etc. We flirt a lot and are pretty sexual around each other, but it's more in a joking way, and we have chose to spend New Year's Eve together over spending it with friends. I mean...
Oh, they like each other.
It's just... Okay, guys. When you're young, there's a hint that you can take.
Yeah.
If a female is spending time with you, if she's around you constantly, she's looking at you in the eyes, she's interested, because attractive girls have so many things that they could be doing, and if they're spending their quality time with you, they want to get in your pants.
I have cuddled a guy I wasn't interested in at all simply because I was so lonely.
Okay.
And so he says they're cuddling and stuff. And my first thought was, oh my God, they really like each other. But then it reminded me of this time that I like dead ass fully like cuddled the shit out of this guy that I didn't like at all. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm so lonely. I just like need to be touched. But I didn't like him.
Oh, brother, I feel bad for that
Have
guy.
you ever-
What's that guy doing now?
Have you ever cuddled a girl you don't like? Cuddling is really intimate.
I have never cuddled a girl I don't like, no.
I am just a sociopath. I literally cuddled someone and I was like, why am I doing this?
With your pants on or off?
No, we were clothed. But we were like cuddling hard.
So he was hard? Is that what you're saying? I mean, hey, that's I don't want to say this, but those are like some prudish tendencies.
I was very young. I was like 20.
Okay. I mean, still, okay. I'm sure you were a very attractive 20-year-old and you're cuddling with a guy and you're just like, no.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, bestie, let's go shopping and cuddle after.
Can I put makeup on you?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. You know, he does state that it's not good for his mental health.
What is it?
That he's
Having
like,
a crush?
it's like, yeah.
Having a crush is not good
his
for him.
confusion is not good for his mental health. Now, let me say something here. If you're having trouble with your mental health because you're not addressing the elephant in the room, just tell her that you're interested. What's the worst that can happen? She says no. Okay, still be friends. On that note, if you don't tell somebody you like them, your mental health will be worse in the long run because you never know what could have happened.
Yeah.
So be forward, be honest. Don't put too much pressure on her. Just say like, hey man, I've been thinking about you for a while. I was wondering if you would go out on a date with me.
It just make it really lighthearted, and cute. Like bring her coffee in the morning and just
A little note.
yeah. Oh my God, write her a note.
Write her a note, bring her some coffee, a note.
Because here's the thing, girls love notes.
Guys,
We love notes. Hidden notes.
I think that deserves a... Guys, hidden notes. I know it might be from middle school, but they are appreciated. It's not a text. It's not a voice note. A handwritten with your sloppy ass
In
penmanship.
2023, you can't even find a pen or piece of paper anywhere.
Use a receipt.
So the fact that you can
Use
write
your
it
blood.
it is just, it goes a long way. Also, I think writing a note is a really cute way of saying something you're too shy to say in person. It makes it a bit easier to talk about.
So long story short, guys, if you do have a crush on your roommate, tell them. If it doesn't work out, just move out.
I don't know, it's tough because they live together. What if she doesn't like him? And then, like, what is she going to do with the rest of her lease?
I mean, have you lived with a roommate that you didn't like before?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's normal. You're like, okay, well, moving on with my life. I think it would drastically change this boy's life.
Okay.
Okay. All right, last one. This is a little bit older, folks. I want to divorce my husband, but can't due to fears around it not being the right thing to do. That's a tough one.
Right thing to do, as in, like, you know, she's unsure if she wants to leave him yet, or it's just like against the Bible or some shit. Like, what does she mean by not the right thing?
She goes on to say, they've been married for 2 years. She's 28 and he's 30, and they have 2 kids together. They're of Asian descent, and this is relevant because it plays into a lot of her feelings around divorce and marriage, and it means there is added stigma around it.
I hate what society does to people regarding how society teaches people about marriage and divorce.
Like traditions and like past.
And
I mean, you have to be a modern thinker.
I think religion holds so many people back. Society holds so many people back. Judgment holds so many people back. So I would never not get a divorce because of my
Religious belief.
Yeah.
What your grandfather, your grandmother think.
No, you've got to move forward. Everybody in life needs to be a bit more modern thinking to truly be happy.
She goes on to also say he's a serial cheater, liar, and has just been an all-around manipulative, cruel jerk. I mean, how are you going to live your life like that, right? Don't put up with that crap.
It doesn't say in her culture that the men can't do that.
And the worst thing is, she says that she found all that, the cheating stuff, she found it out from her kids. So it's just like, this guy is definitely not setting a good example
Trash.
as a father. He's not being a good husband.
Here's what happens when women stay in relationships like this because of their culture or religion. It ends up damaging their children, and then their children grow up to be damaged adults, and then the cycle repeats itself. It's called generational trauma. So her son is going to be like her husband, and her beautiful son is going to grow up and treat his wife like garbage. So she needs to stand up, do the right thing, leave this man so her kids can grow up to be decent humans.
Yeah. I mean, that goes so far for all relationships. If you have kids and your husband or the father figure is not being or setting a great example, you got to know that if they're around a lot, kids absorb a lot of tendencies of older influences.
Yeah.
And if they're jerks, they're going to grow up to be jerks. And if you don't want your kids to be jerks,
I think that's just the biggest. If you don't want your kid to be a jerk,
read the room.
make the right decisions
Early on.
Yeah.
It's okay if you want to move on. I know it's a difficult thing to think about and process.
Maybe she just needs a little bit of like encouragement and reassurance that she's doing the right thing. If I have a really big decision I'm trying to make and I know it's the right one, I need someone to tell me you're doing the right thing. It helps so much. Encouragement is so important to some people.
So let's tell her on 3. 1, 2, 3. You're doing the right thing.
Oh.
Yeah, guys. Well, that's it for this episode.
Oh, that was such a good episode.
That was a good
Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you.
Jenna, thanks for taking time out of your busy day.
Oh my God. The fact that I had to put this robe on for this.
Yeah, how long does it take you to get ready for the pod?
All day.
All day.
All day.
This takes all day.
This takes all day.
Well, you look amazing. Everyone is enjoying what you have to say. I plan on keeping this up for as long as I can.
Positive reinforcement.
Thanks for tuning in. Encourage all your friends.
Keep encouraging me.
Yeah, we'll keep encouraging Jenna. Encourage Jenna in the comments, please. We appreciate it.
Guys, I need so much encouragement. I am just such a tired, sleepy girl. You really have to be like, you're doing a great job, sweetie. And then I'm like, really? Okay. And then I'll be able to keep going.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you guys next week.